Hello, my dear students. How are you? I think you all are well. Yes, Allah has kept me well. So, welcome to my class, dear students. I am Abdur Razzaq, head teacher, Dhalwara, Paschimpada Secondary Girls School. Today I am going to conduct a class of class 9 and 10 English second paper, Unit 12, page number 180, page at 180. So dear students, please get ready with your textbook, exercise book, pen and instrument that are needed to do everything. Okay? And I request you, those who have already been taken part in my class, please inform your friends with mobile phone or maybe social media, giving like, comment and share so that we can engage a large number of students so that we both can be benefited. Okay, so let's start, dear students. First, observe, imagine and say. Dear students, you see a picture. In this picture, a man is running for dollar, another is sleeping on chair. Now you see, first one is active for dollar and second one is totally inactive. At the right hand, you see another picture. Here is written, the cat drank the milk. And another sentence, the milk was drunk. So could you tell me how many types of sentences are here? Right, you are two types of sentences. So first one is, that means at the left side, this one is right, active voice, and the right side, this one is right, passive voice. So enjoy our video, please. Dear students, I think everybody all enjoy the video. Now, if so, follow the sentence below. You see a picture of dog playing football. So here are three sentences. Follow the students. The first one is, the funny dog is seen to play football. Second one is, football is played by the funny dog is enjoyable. So let the dog be played football. Now you see, is seen, is played, be played. It is blinking. Why? We want to show you this type of verb is not usual verb. So could you tell me what type of voice there? Right, your passive voice. So could you gauge what we are going to learn today? Right, passive voice. That means the passive. In your textbook, the title is the passive. Please open at page 180. If you take part in my class, you will able to define the passive and differentiate between active and passive form of verb. That means active and passive. And use passive form in your real life situation maybe. Mind it, this topic is very much important, not only for 9-10 students, but also for secondary level. This means higher secondary level also. If you want to express yourselves clearly, especially in media and public information, then you have to write in passive form. So be attentive. Dear students, let's do some work on passive, the passive. Now observe the following sentences, not see, please observe. You see a picture with another sentence which is called the golden fiber. You also see it called, it is a red mark, magenta mark. We mark it to understand clearly. Here is be verb and called is past participle form of verb. It is also action verb and transitive verb also. Another sentence. People call jute the golden fiber. Here you can say we call jute the golden fiber. Maybe it is called different way. But in this sentence, here is down mark written no be verb, no past participle. PP means past participle. So difference between the two. Now we can easily say people call jute the golden fiber. Here people subject. That means subject does the work. That means this is active voice. But the above sentence, jute is called the golden fiber. That means the work is done by the subject. The work is done by the subject. That means passive voice. So, here is a note for you, grammar point. We use passive when object is more important than subject and more used in formal situations such as media report and public information. We never call people call jute the golden fiber. As usually we call jute is called the golden fiber. Mind it. Next, we will clear it more clearly. Dear students, now you see two picture and two sentences. Taj Mahal has been built in India. Teachers have been given training on ICT. Now follow the instruction. Here we show down arrow marks. First one is been, that means be verb, built, this is past participle form of verb and it is only used in passive verb. Similarly, second sentence been and given. Been be verb and given past participle form of verb. So this only used in passive form. Now follow this, but here is have and has. These are auxiliary verbs. They are subject verb agreement. If the subject third person singular number has, then if the subject third person plural number or plural number, then have. Maybe with I have, we have, something like that. They are auxiliary verb. They are not related to passive form. Clear? So You see blinking here, AP means active or passive. That means auxiliary verb can be used in active and passive both, but they are not the condition of passive. The condition of passive is be plus past participle, mind it. Next, structure of passive voice, follow it, please. You see be plus past participle, two side here. First one is be, blinking. Second one is past participle. PP means past participle. That means here are two charts. You see at the left side we have 8 in number. Here is written 8 in number. The above verbs are be verb. Am, is, are, was, were, be, been, been. That means be, am, is, are, was, were, been, and been. At the right side, we show three forms: base form of verb, past form of verb, past participle form of verb. Here, we have to use past participle form of verb, but we use base and past tense. So, suppose first one is go, go past tense went, and past participle gone. Play, played, played. Put, food, food. Sit, sat, sat. Something like that. So, in passive form, you have to use this one, past participle form of verb. So, be concentrate. Dear students, here's a chart of be verb and their use. Please. Please, dear students, follow the instruction. First one. Another is be plus past participle. That means total passive structure are shown here. First one, base form, be verb. Okay, used. We use be with modal, something like that. Shall, will, can, could, may, might, is going to, am going to, are going to, something like that. With this, we use be. And second one, present in, here is some example. You see blinking, let the dog be slept. So, be slept is passive form. People rest should be, proper rest should be taken, and Tommy is going to be done something, so be done. This one is passive form. Next, present indefinite tense. This is am, is, are, be verb. Mind it, am, is, are also uses present continuous tense. But in present continuous tense, with am, is, are, ing is generally at the end of the verb. But there is no ing here. It is used with simple present indefinite tense. Here are two examples you see. She is called Selma. That means we call her Salma. Maybe her parents call her Salma, maybe the villagers call her Salma. So is called is passive form. Second sentence, students are given homework. So here, are given. This is passive form. Another form, past indefinite form. Was, were, is be verb. And it is used in past tense. Another example, two example, you see, doctor's advice was followed. Was followed is here, passive form. Another sentence, medicine was taken properly. So you see, blinking was followed and were taken. These two types of verbs, that means be verbs and past participle form of verb, these are passive form. I think it is clear. Continuous tense. This is been. Here is a note. You have to remind it as passive form is be plus past participle. In present continuous tense, at the end of the verb, there is ing. But this verb must be turned into past participle. So what should be ing at the end of the verb? Suppose here is written homework is being done. That means someone is giving homework, is giving. So giving at the end, ing. But you must have to turn the verb into past participle. So given. So what would be ing? Ing would be added with be. So be plus ing is equal to being. So you must have to remind that in present continuous tense, to make it passive form, being is used and past participle form of verb. Here you can see three sentences. Homework is being done, lessons are being delivered, I am being taught. So here blinking is being done, being delivered and being taught. These are passive form. Be plus past participle of form. Now, present perfect tense. Generally, in present perfect tense, auxiliary verb is have or has. So, with have as hand, has been is used. The verb been is used. So, the verb been and with have or has, it is used. You see two sentences. Suppose patient has been taken to hospital. So, been taken is passive form. Another sentence. Nurses have been given training properly. So, been given here. This one is passive form. I think it is clear. Dear students, you see a boy is playing. Dear students, with my speaking, you also practice phonetics. Okay? Now, observe the following sentences. Active. The boy is playing football. This is present continuous tense. Now passive. Football is being played by the boy. So being played is passive form. Now, first we want to show is. Is auxiliary verb. Mind it. This is subject verb agreement. Playing. Playing is transitive or action verb. And being played, be plus past participle form of verb, that is passive. Mind it, dear students, you see a picture of pen. Here is written, I have a pen. Okay? This is intransitive, that means non-action, that means linking verb. What is linking verb? The verb that doesn't work actually, it comes to make a meaningful sentence. Okay? So I have a pen. I am a student, I am a teacher, all these are non-active, non-action verb. Have, is, am. These are not possible to turn into passive. Mind it. So here is no action verb. So not possible to make it passive form. Mind it. Only action verb or transitive verb can be turned into passive. Mind it. Individual work for you, 3 minutes. I will read out the sentence. Please note it down. Open your exercise book. Hurry up, please. What is active voice? First one. Second one. What is passive verb form? Third one, number of be verb. Fourth one, which verb can be turned into passive. And passive form of verb no, present indefinite tense. You must have to follow present indefinite tense of passive form of the verb no. I think you have completed. Can I check? Yes. First one. You show a finger mark. What is active verb? Form you have written. Subject does the work. So right. Second one, what is passive form? So the answer is when the work is done by the subject. You have written fine. Thank you very much. Welcome. You have written 8 number. Be verbs are 8 in number. Which verb can be turned into passive? Yes, you have written. Oh, sorry, someone has mistaken. Right answer is action verb or transitive verb. The passive form of no, present indefinite form, so is known as correct answer, right verb. Okay, thank you very much. We will go next. Things that are important to know. Dear students, mind it. Actually, we generally use passive form when object is more important, but to make you learn the form of active and passive, we use some sentences below. So tense-wise passive form. Here you have seen, or you can see tense, active and passive. Present indefinite tense. First, present indefinite tense, verb right. We use here right verb. We will do this work with the verb right. So you can make it passive, something like that. Am written, is written, or are written. Because am is are in present indefinite tense is be verb and past participle form of verb is rewritten. Similarly, past indefinite tense. So wrote, write, wrote, then was written or were written. Similarly, future indefinite tense. In future indefinite tense, generally shall, will, should, would, can, could, may, might, etc. These are used. So with this, be is used. So the passive form is be written. Okay, thank you very much. Present continuous tense. You know, in present continuous tense, am, is, are used as auxiliary verb, and at the end of the verb, ing is added. So, am writing or was writing, is writing, are writing, something like that. But in passive form, previously we discussed it as at the end of the verb there is ing, but the verb must be turned into past participle form. So what would be the ing? Ing would be added with be. So be plus ing is equal to being. So being written. Similarly in past continuous tense, being written. I think it is clear. Present indicating future. It seems to be future. Actually, this is not future. Actually, we emphasize in this section. জোর দিয়ে বলি in Bangla. Suppose I'm going to Dhaka tomorrow. Obviously, I will go to Dhaka. That means so present indicating future. Auxiliary verb is am going to, is going to, are going to, something like that. And with this auxiliary verb, be is used. Mind it. So be written. We will show some example of active and passive form of this type. Then present perfect and past perfect. You know, in present perfect, auxiliary verb is have has, and it past in past perfect tense auxiliary verb is had. And with this form, past participle of form of verb must be written. So here is have has written or had written, but in passive form. With this auxiliary verb, been is used. So we write here been written, both the two sectors. Clear? Now there is a note for you, mind it. The words written in pink color, you see here, some words are written like red color, actually pink color. These are auxiliary verb. Okay, these are auxiliary verb. So they are subject verb agreement. What is subject verb agreement? I go, but he goes. All the verb do not, all the verbs do not agree with subject, all the subject. So singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb, something like that. Students have to remind that, you have to remind that passive is equal to be plus past participle form of verb. So auxiliary are not the condition of passive form. Mind it. Tense wise, more example. Active, I know, sorry, he know me. And this is present indefinite tense. And no verb. Passive form is was, sorry, I was known to him. Sorry, he knows me. I was, sorry, here is mistaken. I am known to him. Okay. The boy drew, the boys drew pictures. Active form. So drew and pictures. Pictures plural form. So pictures were drawn by the boys. I think it is clear. Active form. The boys will or can draw pictures. So with will or can, be is used. So pictures will or can be drawn. So be drawn is passive form by the boys. Another active form, the boys are going to draw picture. This one is present indicating future. So is going to, this is auxiliary verb. Most of the students mistake here. Actually the verb is draw. Is going to is equal to will or can. So with can and will, be is used. Similarly is going to or am going to or are going to. With this, be is used. Similarly, pictures are going to be drawn by the boys. I think it is clear. This is passive form. Active. The baby is drawing picture. Continuous tense. So pictures are being drawn by the baby. I think most of you now clear. Active form, the boy was drawing picture, past continuous tense. So being drawn, actually pictures were being drawn by the boys. So being drawn, where you everywhere in passive form, I mark a dialog box with pink color so that you can easily understand. Now, active voice, the boy has drawn pictures. You know, with have or has or had. That means in perfect tense. With perfect, in perfect tense, with have or has or had, we must have to use past participle form of verb. But remind it, have, has, had, these are auxiliary verb. With this have, has, had, we use be verb as been. So you see here, pictures have been drawn. So been drawn is passive by the boys. The boys had drawn pictures, active form. Similarly, the boys had been drawn, sorry, the pictures had been drawn by the boys, passive form. Now, note for you, when we use active voice, that means active to passive voice, we must do the subject. That means turn the subject into object and object into subject. So you must have to remind it. Suppose here you see the baby is drawing pictures. Pictures is here is moving my mouse pointer. Pictures is object. So in passive, pictures is subject and the boy is subject, but we use here the boy as object. Mind it. Now, $1 million secrecy. Now my question, why we write here $1 million secrecy? Because this is actually exceptional. Subject inanimate here is written and blinking always passive. We want to see some examples. You see a gas cylinder and a sentence, gas is used for cooking. Similarly, I can say pen is used for writing. So gas is used. Gas is inanimate subject. We show here it is blinking inanimate subject. So it is active form, passive form, because gas is inanimate subject, is used inanimate, and this is passive form. Passive form. Gas is inanimate. Here is you see a picture flower. So flower is inanimate subject. Jalabustu. Actually in Bangla it is called Jalabustu. Okay. It does not do any work. So here you see flowers inanimate. Subject inanimate. So here you see being cultivated. That means at present flowers are being cultivated commercially. So being cultivated is passive. Why? Because the subject is inanimate. Apranibachak. Clear? So, but animate subject used as object, always passive. Here is arrow mark. Suppose bright students are given stipend. Here bright students are animate subject, but who give them this stipend? Those who give, they are understood here, silent behind. Okay, so maybe government or machinery of government. So here bright students are object, not subject. It was object, we use here subject. So in this case we have to use passive. So bright students are given, here you see are given passive. Clear? But some subjects seem to be animate but inanimate. Sorry, inanimate but animate. Seem to be inanimate but animate. Suppose wind blows. Okay, river flows. So these are always used as active. Actually, in Bangla we say Nodi Morena. So Nodi is not inanimate, always animate. Okay, wind also does so. Now pair work for you, 5 minutes. Please get ready with your exercise book. Complete the story about a journey using the past simple passive or past continuous passive from the verbs in the bracket below. Here you see gap filling activities. I will read out. Please, you can note it down and do the work. Hurry up. My journey to Dhaka was painful. First of all, I was late to get up from my bed. I dashed take to the bus stop uh, by a rickshaw. But the rickshaw dash in bracket strike in traffic jam because uh, the roads dash repair. When I went to the bus stand, I dashed tell that there was a problem and the bus would be late. When the bus came, I dash bracket give a seat beside some boys, noisy young boys and girls. Please note it down. I will check my time. Okay, I think you have done well. So I want to check. Here is written checks. First one, please. Yes, was taken. Second one, was striken. Right. Third one, were repaired. Fine. Then was told. And last one is was given. Right. You have done well. Okay, thank you very much. Dear students, passive of double subject. These are exceptional and higher steps. Now you see active form. Mr. Rajiv teaches us English. Here are two objects. One is us, another is English. You can use first us. Us, if we turn into us in a subject, then we. So we are taught English by Mr. Rajiv. If you use English as a subject, that means English object, you can use it subject. So English is taught us by Mr. Rajiv. Now, I gave her a dress. So, generally, she. It is better. So, her, if we turn into subject, she. She was given a dress by me. Passive of present participle. It is also important and higher steps. You see, I saw her dancing. Most of the students mistake here. Most of them think that dancing is verb. Actually, dancing is not verb. This is present participle and adjective. So, saw is verb. So, saw, if I saw turn into passive, then he was seen. So, she was seen dancing by me. This is clear. Another sentence. Nipa feels the wind blowing. Most of the students thinks that blowing is verb. No, never. Here, feels is verb. We also call it passive passive verb. And then in next slide, we will show this. Now, we will show present participle or participle form. Blowing is not subject verb. So verb is feels. So it is present in infinitive tense and passive form is felt. So the wind is felt blowing by Nipa. I think it is clear. Now, passive form of quasi-passive. Quasi means half done. So it seems to be passive, actually not passive. Suppose, honey tasted sweet. Previously we generally do honey is sweet when it is tasted. Actually this is not standard English. Generally we just make the verb into passive. What is the verb? Tasted. So the passive form is tasted. So honey is tasted sweet. Clear? Now the house is building. Actually the house is being built. You have to write down, note down something like that. These are okay. Now passive of interrogative sentence. Dear students, here we have to make rough. See how I do. Active, they draw pictures. The pictures are drawn by them. Passive. Sorry, interrogative sentence. Sorry. The first one is do they draw pictures? So first you have to make it assertive. So they draw pictures. Then you have to make it passive. So verb drawn. Passive is are drawn according to subject verb agreement, as subject is plural. If subject singular, so is drawn. Then you have to make it interrogative. So are drawn. Are comes before at the beginning of the sentence. Otherwise, your sentence will not be turned into interrogative form. So, are the picture drawn by them? I think it is clear. Similarly, you see, are you writing the article interrogative form? So, active form will say, you are writing the article. This is assertive form. Then passive form. The article is written by you. Now, each you have to take it at the beginning. Now, is the article written by you? By this way, making rough, you can easily turn the interrogative sentence into passive form. This is the easy way. I think you can practice in your home. Okay. Now, some more examples. You can see, had he done the work? So, had the work been done by him? Another sentence, am I going to conduct the class? So, is the class going to be conducted by me? Follow this, dear students. Examples using WH words. That means who is, who, what, where, when, something like that. First one, who did the sum? Please, dear students, be attentive. Who is subject? Did is verb. The sum is object. It is clear to you? Now, in passive, the sum was done by who subject, object whom. So, by whom? But here you see subject was verb, be verb is done, past participle and object. Now, we will turn it into passive by alternative way. First, by whom? We take by whom at the first. It is written in small letter. We will turn it into capital letter. Now it is capital letter. Okay, by whom. Then we will take be verb was. Then we will take the subject as object. Okay. So what it be stood? By whom was the sum done? This is the form. Clear? I think it is clear. Similarly, whom are you talking to? Follow this. Who was being talked to by you? Mind it. Talking to. These are related. Talking past participle form. Talked to is with this, then by you. And generally previous rules are okay. Then whom object, talking verb, and you as subject. Here who is subject, being be verb, and talked past participle form of verb, and by you. To make it more clear, whom, this is object, previously you see. Now you have to make it subject. Whom, now who. Okay. So general form was, being was auxiliary verb, being talked passive form, to with the related to verb, then by you. I think it is clear. You, both subject and object. Always remind it, you is plural, the, THEE, this is singular. Passive, what is needed by you? So the active form is, what does he need? So what is needed by you? Mind it. When we use relative pronoun, sometimes they used as subject. They are used as subject. This happens here. Active. How had he done the work? So, how had the work been done by him? Active. Why can't she solve the problem? Sorry. So passive is, why can't the problem not be solved by him? Okay. Now, passive of imperative sentence. This is also important. Read the book. Remind it. Always in imperative sentence, you is understood. That means silent. Actually not silent. We call it or say silent. It is understood. In Bangla it is called ucho. So you see here, you read the book. To make it clear, I clear the sentence. That means you read the book. You is understood here. Here is a note for you that I have already been discussed. In imperative sentence, always you is understood, and sometimes other words and some words are also understood. Passive. Let the book be read. So here you must have to remind that in imperative sentence, in this note, you must have to remind that in imperative sentence, subject you is always understood. Sometimes so does the modal or other words. At the same time, verb of this sentence ask permission. As verb ask permission, so let you have to use at the beginning. So let means permission. Clear? Is used in passive form in that case. Okay. So let the book be read. Okay. This is passive form. Here you see a picture. Let the boy play football. Here you must have to remind that let here the boy subject play verb and football object. You have to use football as subject and the boy as object. Please see. Allow subject be verb past participle form and then object. Subject object, object subject. Clear? I think it is clear. You see map of Bangladesh. Love the motherland. So love verb and the motherland is object. So you should love the motherland. Here previously we say some words in imperative sentence may be understood. Here something like that has been happened. So you must have to remind that love the country, that means you should love the country, the motherland. Okay? Now, passive. The motherland should be loved. Clear? What you see here? Motherland subject should was understood. Here we have to come back and be is used as be verb, loved past participle form. This is clear. Exceptions. Active active. Keep your words. Dear students, you have to practice this in your from your exercise book and different exercise book, textbook in your house. Okay, keep your words. So your word should be kept. Here should was understood. So active form, please post the letter. When you see please, you are requested to. It is very much easy. You are requested to post the letter. Similarly, give me a pencil. So, let a pencil given for me. Why you can here for me? Actually, give me a pencil. Here, give totally a verb. তার মানে you give. তার মানে let object pencil a pencil be given. So not by me. আমি এটা দিব না, আমাকে দিতে হবে, আমার জন্য দিতে হবে. In Bangla it is called. So for me. I think it is clear. Group work for you. Rewrite the following newspaper headlines in complete sentence in passive form. Here you see 5 sentences. This is in your textbook. I just copy here. Okay? The first one, note it down please. Theft of valuable things at Dhanmondi. 2 killed, 3 injured. War criminals hanged in Bangladesh, people rejoice. Rejoice means be happy. So, Number C, 10 killed in Dhaka-Aricha highway. Number 4, polythene seized, 10 shop owners arrested. Last one, 5 lakh saplings, young plants, that means planted for roadside, that means afforestation. That means to plant something. Deforestation, cutting down, afforestation, to plant. So it is clear to you. So I think you have written. And your answer, all the answer is not correct. You can check the answer here. Please check it. I will give you 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, I think you have checked it. Okay. Now evaluation. I will evaluate whether I can make you understand clearly or not. The first one, I may sell the pen. What is the, here are 4 options. You have to choose the correct one. So you have written sell. Yes, be sold. You have written. Correct. Second one, my pen has in bracket lost. So what would be lost? Been lost. With has, yes, you have written. Correct. If you click here,
Sorry, try again.
sorry, this is very much important. Another question. I saw him reading in bracket saw. So what would be the correct answer in passive form? Was seen, right? Was seen. Actually, it is made in I think hyperlink, offline hyperlinks. So finger is shown here. By whom the pen was dashed. So what is the correct answer? Here is 4 options. You have written is all. Right. Let the work be, let the work do. So what is the correct answer? Be done. Right. Okay, thank you very much. Now homework for you. Write 10 sentences about coronavirus using passive voice. Please, dear students, note it down. 1 minute. Okay, my dear students, I think you have done well. So, thank you very much. See you next class. Again, thanks a lot.